Abraham in Genesis, the 15th chapter, the 6th verse, believed God and it was credited to his account righteousness. The word logizomai. Abraham believed. Now look at that, Romans chapter 4 verse 4, PJ.
Now to him that worketh is the reward not reckoned of grace but of debt.
If a man will qualify for righteousness, it is no more grace but the payment of a debt. If a man will fast and try to observe a code of morality, try to be Mr. Nice Guy, he will be paying a debt he cannot pay. If a man begins to measure his stand in God by works, he is paying a debt he is not wired to pay. It will no more be grace, it will be debt. Now look at the next verse 5. I love this scripture, verse 5.
But to him that worketh not, but believeth on him that justifieth the ungodly, his faith is counted for righteousness.
But to him that worketh not, but believeth on him that justifieth the criminal, his faith is counted as righteousness. The minute you can define grace outside Jesus, you have fallen into deep error. The minute you can define grace outside Jesus, you have fallen into deep error. Grace can only be seen from Jesus to Jesus. I will take a cue from that definition and look at grace as simply what Christ has done. Grace is simply what Christ has done. If you see grace from that point, you will understand what is available to everybody. Grace is what Christ has done. Like the teacher said, grace is God's riches at Christ's expense. It means grace is not free like that because somebody paid for grace. So let's begin the journey. How wide is the love of God? How wide is the love of God? Because some people make you believe that the love of God is not wide, that the love of God is restricted. But Paul is saying, by the Spirit of God, we will know what is the width of God's love. We will know what is the length, what is the depth, and what is the height of God's love. The breadth of God's love and God's salvation is called grace. Is called grace. The breadth of God's love and God's salvation is called grace. Grace is the width of that salvation. Hebrews chapter 2 verse 3 says, how can we escape, or how shall we escape if we neglect so great a salvation?